Hello, guys. Welcome to House English, your
Your
daily
daily
check-in
check-in
on
on
English. Oh
English.
my God, we're really happy to be participating into this episode of competitions. It's going to be special because we're participating in the competitions by Binus. It was a national English competitions, and we're participating in the podcast, and we're going to be talking about fantasy media. It's really great that I have my very own guest over here. We have Khairan and we have L here.
Yeah.
We are coming from Universitas Ginanjar and from the English literature, and we're really happy to talking about the criticism because this is exactly where we always be discussing a lot during the free time and spare time because fantasy. No wonders, it's a lot of imagination and a lot of magical things.
Yeah.
We're so much has atmospheric and ethereal kind of a speech. We love fantasy and poetry or something like that. And now let's talking about fantasy media. So fantasy media is basically like a. I still do not introduce myself. I don't remember, but my name is Muhammad Arkan Dafi, and you can call me Dav. And so I'm the host for you today for the House English. And now let's just jump into the discussion once again. It has the derives of the fantasy media within the. It has a mythology, literature, modern literature, and also having the films or any kind of different media. So let's talk about one of the masterpiece of fantasy media. What was it?
Little
It
Mermaid.
is a
Little
little
Mermaid.
mermaid
It was
or
Little Mermaid.
Den Lille Hathaway. So let's start with mythology. Mythology itself from Hans Christensen Andersen. Yeah, he was coming from Denmark, and this mythology is coming from Danish literature, and it's talking about how exactly. The Little Mermaid wants to have a lot of imaginations and dreams to go outside from the coast of the sea, from the down sea, and she wants to have a lot of travel and adventurers, and she's also brutal. It's not totally the same with the lovable kind of thing, and that's exactly where the part where having imagination into romanticize of Disney franchise into cartoon, which we really love. We have Ariel, the lovable characters, young 16-year-old girl, loves to have adventure and curious, even though a little bit of con- contrast and having a conflict with her very own parents and her family, and that's a whole the plot thing. And it's also having her imagination into the modern culture. We have the live actions, which we're going to be criticized the whole thing because this fantasy media of a live actions is roughly creating a lot of stereotypical and a lot of conflicts amongst the netizens, amongst the people around the social media. So let's talk about it with Hiram first. So do you think this reimagination is good or rather it's going to be bad?
I would definitely say that I'm in the middle of it. It is neither good nor bad, but I would lean a bit more towards the bad side of it
Why?
because the thing that makes us love the original Little Mermaid from Disney is her curiosity, right? Her pure and innocent curiosity
Of
about
her
yes,
characterization.
yes, about the land dwellers, the humans. Like she's really curious, and then she sees this prince,
And pretty
yeah,
cute.
and she's pretty with her red head.
Yeah.
Oh, so adorable.
And the scene like
Yeah,
and then para
yes,
the
it is a
world.
journey about
I love the
her
music though.
discovering about love, especially with Prince Eric.
Yep.
And then however, the live action, it is fairly similar in that aspect. However, the way they execute it is very different.
Totally different.
It is very different. You can really feel the feminism in it.
A lot of
Ariel
feminism.
is like a lot more independent,
Yep.
as opposed to her cartoon counterpart.
Yep.
Like it could probably just pass off as another standalone movie, though. In my opinion,
And the cast herself
the cast
is
herself,
black.
is black.
Yeah,
but
totally
no
different.
offense to that.
No offense to the black
However,
community.
I'm pretty sure you can find
Way
other
better
actors,
cast.
yeah,
Replacing
way
To
better
replacing
cast.
Ariel,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
character.
that's about it.
That's a really bad approach of creating new narratives and stuff. The blackism and Black Lives Matter because 2023 we still
Yes.
have those trends with the black and a lot of racism, which is we respect the black community,
Yes.
but not like this. It's more
Yeah.
like a harass and creating a
True.
lot of
It feels a
embarrassment.
lot more as a what they call exploitation.
exploitation.
Yes.
So it totally changed the whole archetype.
Hmm.
And when we're talking about the archetype, with the a lot of issue on that. And on YouTube, there are lots of comments. Which there is a comments of like, I love the part where Vin Diesel's saving the whole
It's
family.
about
It's
family.
about family, and a lot of silly comments because they are so disappointed with the movie, and it's roughly creating 7.9 or 7.4 per tons in the ratings on IMDb. It's creating a really bad expectations for the loyal audiences. So let's talk about that part else. So because when we're talking about woke culture, talking about the change of the characterization and plot, what do you say about it as you as a film enthusiast?
To be honest, as the film enthusiast, I'm really disappointed at the first.
Me as well.
Very disappointed as the film enthusiast to watching a cartoon like a Disney, especially Little Mermaid. You know, like the first times the movie was released in 1989, I think it was the best cartoon ever that yeah, it
Masterpiece.
was really masterpiece, that best cartoon that I ever watched it, because it's almost like the same when we watch it like Cinderella, the Snow White, and the other one that made me really enthusiastic to watch it again and again. But however, the make it controversial is the way the character were replacing. You know, I mean, no offense to Haley Bailey,
Yeah,
she's
no
the
offense
really
on her.
great actor.
She's a
However,
really great
that
actress.
yeah, she's a really
She's a
great
great
actress.
actress.
I'm sorry, she's a great actress. But yeah, I think if I can may give some suggestions, probably the Disney can give another actors that probably can replacing the way how the character Ariel itself. That is one being the controversial, and also the plot itself is, you know, when we watching the Ariel at the 1989 at the original one, the pirate was not really focusing on hunting for somehow, but however, when we watching in the live actions, they
They were
really, yeah, they
dancing,
were,
singing a
yeah, they were
song.
dancing and singing a song, but in the live action were not. That was a make it different. And also my the little partner, you know, Sebastian, so he always make it really different like the original
Bad
one.
CGI, bad
Yeah, it's really bad
CGI.
CGI. I mean, if we can say like the 2023, it will be more better, right? Yeah, and then also the Eric, and also the problem is that a lot of people was discussed about that the connections, the relationships between the Ariel and the Eric itself is not really powerful. However, that Hailey Bailey was already bring a really stronger character for the Ariel itself, but the things that make me people a little bit disappointed is why the character Eric and the Arrow is not really powerful. I mean the chemistry, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't makes any sense because
Yeah.
the couple doesn't have any
Yeah,
romance.
that what makes people questioning about
We
it,
want
right?
to puke on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are so disappointed as
Yeah,
you, bro.
yeah, that's really true.
You're not alone, my
You're
Yeah,
not alone, my
and
brother.
then I was really disappointed a little bit for also for the parents of the Eric itself, you know, as the original one in 1989 when I was watching the Little Mermaid, like the mom of the Eric was doesn't mention it, which means that Eric
Yeah,
doesn't have
she
any
was
mom.
black.
Yeah, but in the live actions that the Eric have a parents, but her mom is a black, and then
It
if
doesn't make any
yeah, it doesn't make
sense.
any sense. Why Eric should
It
be
doesn't.
and white skin too if
Yeah,
her mom is a black? I
even the
mean,
sisters of
yeah,
Ariel, all of them are
yeah.
so different
Well,
races.
I can say I don't really bother. I mean, like, I don't really have a problem with her mom of Eric
Yeah,
itself, but at least mentions the character of the mom. Is it her mom? I mean, like, is it her father? Is it his father is married again,
yeah.
or what? For somehow in the live action, it doesn't mention at
We
all.
want to know. We don't
Yeah,
want to know.
we
We
never
don't want to
know.
know.
It's sudden like the mom
Yeah,
of Eric come inside and we sing like, oh my god, what happened? It's
yeah.
really so it's really different. I can say the Disney's totally
Messed
changed
up
the
the
plot.
whole
Yeah,
narration.
changed all the plot. That
Yeah.
it makes me
Yeah.
really disappointed
Well, thank
about
you
that.
so much for your explanation. A little bit of conclusions that it's basically we supposed to not change something that we are not
Yeah.
going to be changed the originality and the authenticity. We're supposed to stick in the originality and not creating a totally different whole values because yeah, regardless of there's a lot of stereotypical any kind of conflicts, they're still roughly creating lots of profits. And that's the thing that I don't really like about exploitations.
Yeah.
And of course, the imagination is not a bad thing, so we need to stick into the authenticity and creating the children because it's going to be the audience of the children. So I think that is all.
Yeah.
We need to love. We need to having an imagination and magic once again. Thank you so much for participating,
Thank you
Khairan. Thank
so
you so much.
much. Thank you so much. I
And
really
I'll,
appreciate it. This is really exciting.
yeah, and I will see you later. Once again, how's English? Your
Your
daily
daily
check-in
check-in
on
on
English.
English.
Dafi El Khairan's out.